Hello, namaste, and welcome to Agile Exploration Hub. I am your host, Nagesh Deshpande. So, how data analytics can drive Agile success? That's what we are going to discuss today. Agile thrives on adaptability, but are we really using the power of data to guide our success? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. Too often, teams measure the wrong things or rely on velocity. We recently recorded one episode on velocity, so do check it out. So what we do, we really rely on wrong metrics or we only depend on velocity and miss the bigger picture many of the times, as well as the value deliverables. In this episode on Agile Exploration Hub, we are joined by a seasoned Agile Transformation Coach, safe consultant, and data enthusiast who explain us how data analytics can transform the way teams and leaders deliver outcome, from uncovering overlooked metrics to balancing number of human insights. This conversation will help Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, and Agile leaders to unlock true potential of data-driven agility. So, if you want to move beyond gut feel or just vague numbers or vanity metrics, this episode is for you. So, tuned till the end, and let's welcome our speaker Jairam. Hi, Jairam.
Hi Nagesh, good evening.
Good evening. So, as you know, guys, we record every weekend, new episode release on every Monday, 8 p.m. So, stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends. So, let's get started with today's discussion, Jairam.
Thanks Nagesh, thanks for having me.
Okay, so guys, this will be soon. A holiday season will be starting in India. Diwali, Dashera we just finished, and so stay tuned and listen to my podcast. So, Jairam, as we already discussed with Nishant in my previous episode about velocity-driven culture and how it can
Yeah.
be risky or how it is dangerous. On similar lines, what role data analytics play in in agile teams or agile success?
Yeah, I think gone are the if you look at the trend, gone are the days where we are hooked on to specific uh ceremonies, specific events or and how we need to facilitate
Hmm,
certain outcome, right? So unless you talk about visualization, unless you talk about the patterns and data. It, it, I think we are not able to guide the people, give them a proper direction on problem solving. Right? So we are in an environment where okay, we need more of a problem solvers than someone who says, okay, this is the way you need to do it.
hmm,
Guidance is great, but guidance without inferences, without insight, not going to lead anyone anyway. So, data analyst, or any consultant for that matter, who has a data-oriented conversation are very much needed nowadays because of the AI boom and the kind of challenges that we are entering on day-to-day basis. It is very important to talk about data and the pattern that it is giving us, and then highlight how we can remediate uh, the issues. Right? So, yeah.
o-
Very
Okay.
important. Yeah.
Hmm, okay. So then you did mention about the problems, and then what agile problems can data-driven insights solve? So any instances where or any insights that you can give?
Yeah. So if I have to take an example, right? So as simple as the spillover, spillover is something we hear very often,
Hmm,
right? So every sprint on sprint, the plan against the deliverable that we have by end of the sprint, the ratio is very minimal. At least what I've seen is there are a lot of challenges which people go through. unplanned leaves, um, not having not having sufficient understanding of the system, and you have lot of challenges with respect to the pipeline and all these things. Environments are not stable, so the various
Hmm.
reasons. Yes, but so now if we have to just talk about spillovers as one example, right? Um, One thing that you can do is bring about insights from past few sprint, right? What is my trend is looking like, right? What is my cycle time? What is my throughput from last few sprint? Means number of work items that we are delivering or number of
Hmm.
stories that we are delivering from last couple of sprint. Try to see uh, what is that it is leading to. So if we have 100% of capacity, what is that we are delivering? If we are having less than 100% of capacity, what is that we are not able to deliver, right?
Right.
So that's simple, as simple as cycle time or number of work item that we are delivering, sprint on sprint. Even if you want to talk about velocity, even velocity without a clear inferences of, okay, yes, velocity is proving to what? It is dependent on certain capacity that we have, right? So without looking at all those aspects, if you are able to hook note, okay, yes, I'm doing 20 story points every sprint, but
Hmm.
yes, 20 story points on certain capacity, right? Now, if I am not having that capacity, you mentioned about holiday season. People go for holidays.
Right.
People go for unplanned leaves. Now, if you don't have that capacity, obviously work will not get completed. Simple. Now, if you are not looking at the patterns from past sprints, there's a
Hmm.
data. There's a data
Right.
for us.
Right.
Um, the input that we get from retrospective, yes, people are not able to scale up. There are skill challenges, right? So these are all data pointers. Now, if we're not able to bring all this together, and based on that we're not planning, then obviously we are into disaster mode. We're not able
Right.
to deliver whatever we are committing to our customers.
Right. So, rightly said, Jairam. And one more point that I would like to highlight here, apart from the unable to read the velocity, unable to read the capacity of the team, and unforced challenges or unforced errors. Uh, you did mention about cycle time that, but in my observation, many Scrum Masters specifically, those are
Yeah,
new in the industry, they don't
yeah,
know how to use cycle time. They don't know what is
yeah,
cycle time. Okay.
yeah.
If they don't know, how are they going to measure? That's the challenge, and that's what we as Agile Exploration Hub trying to resolve.
Mm,
People need to read about it. People need to understand. Tech help coaches like you and me. You know, so
yeah,
this is what we are giving back to the community. So, to the Scrum Masters, like what Jairam just mentioned, read about it, learn about cycle time, what is cycle time, how it is being used. And so get that data from the past, use it into your existing PI, existing sprint, or future sprint, future PI.
yeah,
So that will help you. That is data. That is what we are discussing today. And how what again? Just we are coming to that question, but we already discussed this part here a little bit. Now, how these Scrum Masters, new Scrum Masters, or experienced coaches also
mm, mm.
build analytics into their daily practices.
Simple, right? So you have certain plan that you have done based on sprint planning, right?
Hmm.
Uh, if you're new to Scrum, if you're new to Agile world, or if you're new to the specific organization that you're working,
Hmm.
right? Look at the plan that was done on the start of the sprint, if you're following the sprint, right? And if you're not following sprint, well and good, you have something that you have started, right? So now, assume, okay, you are sprinting. You are working as a Scrum Master, you are sprinting because you are working with the Scrum teams. Now, on the day of sprint planning, you have certain plan that is agreed with the team, agreed with the PO that, okay, yes, I'm going to pick up X number of work items. I'm not getting into story point, X number of work items or X
Hmm.
number of stories. It is expected to deliver certain feature by X weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, up to you, depending on the sprint length.
Right.
Now, every day you see a progress. If you are using a dashboard, if you're using any kind of visualization, you know through daily Scrum or how the sprint on sprint day-to-day progress is being made. Now do a midweek, sorry, mid-sprint kind of a checkpoint, whether you want to call it as a Scrum or any other name, up to you. If you are doing a checkpoint, right? So there are a few things that you can definitely look at. One is how much of work that is pending from the team, okay, for the remaining part of the sprint. How much of work that is done already.
Oh,
You can do a review if something is done with your if it is not done, yes, work backwards on seeing, okay, yes, why can the team cannot do the remaining work that is planned. That is one pointer. That's one data
hmm,
pointer. Second thing, at the end of the sprint, on the last day of the sprint, okay, you can see based on the number of stories and tasks that you have completed, you can plot all of the tools, even if I talk about like Azure DevOps ADO or Jira or any other tool for that matter,
hmm,
provides you an option to plot a burn down or a visualization to cycle time or CFD community flow diagram, any of these visualizations to help, okay, yes, how much of my stories and tasks in a given sprint got completed, and what
right.
is that cycle time looking like, right? Now, if I, as a Scrum Master, look at something which is taking more than my sprint length's duration, right? That is a data pointer.
That is data pointer. Yeah.
So if that is, say, only 80% of work getting completed in the sprint, 20% is spilling over to the next sprint, right? So even if it is spilling over to the next sprint, again, it has to be prioritized by PO. Unless he prioritizes, unless there are any business changes or direction changes from the stakeholder, that okay, we don't want this feature in this market or in this specific tool, or right. So obviously, it has to come back to the backlog. Now, again, it has to be prioritized, right? So now, if I talk about 80% of work that got completed, against that 80% of work, you can always look at how many of these work items took 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, couple of days,
Hmm,
single day, all the data patterns available to you.
right.
Now, bring that data pointer to the sprint retrospection conversation. Yes, what is that telling us? Is it helping us? Is 2 weeks helping us, or is 3 weeks helping us? If my spillover is more and more and more every sprint, then something is fundamentally wrong. Either we are not
Okay.
slicing enough, or my sprint length is sufficient enough to plan and execute the work. Bring back that data. Bring back that data to sprint retro, sprint planning. Okay, yeah, this is my past sprint data saying to me, right? This
Hmm.
Scrum Masters, see, this is what I'm saying. Now let's plan better. Let's understand better what is the issue.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, absolutely. So one more point, Jairam, I would like to add here is about something which is you always visualize and you should
Yeah,
always track is days in column.
correct. Age. We call it as age.
Someone call it as
Yeah,
age. I
yeah,
always refer as a so new Scrum Masters. I have
mm,
interviewed many of them. They don't know what is days in
yeah,
column.
yeah,
So uh, to be honest, I use that days in column to identify my bottlenecks. If
yeah.
if my ticket or my issue remains in code review more than 2 days, three
Mm,
days, that
mm,
is my bottleneck. Code review shouldn't
yeah,
take more than a day.
yeah, yeah.
This is an example. So it can be any stage. It can be a dev, it can be QA, it can be a review, maybe pending with product owner review. So these are some of the data points that will help you to identify the bottleneck. You need to revamp, you need to revisit that process. It can be done
Mm.
in sprint review, it can be done in your daily scrum, or if you find it difficult, you can discuss in the retro as well.
Yeah.
Revisit these points and get it fixed. So these are some of the things that new Scrum Masters and even experienced Scrum Master or coaches can look at it. But then we did discuss again and
Yeah.
beyond velocity or burn down charts. What are some of the other matrices are overlooked? We did discuss about few already, but are
Mm.
there any other matrices that we need to look?
Yeah. See, so we always work with people,
Right.
right? We are not working with tools. We're working with people, right? People have emotions. People have sentiments, right? We need to touch that emotion, and we need to talk about how I'm able to bring a different experience, positive, negative, neutral, whatever it is,
Hmm.
different experience to the people that we are working with, whether it is the team that we are working with, or whether it is a customer to whom we are delivering the product or services, right?
Hmm.
We need to talk about those elements, be it employee satisfaction, be it customer satisfaction, or simple one which most of the organization do every year, at least every year, if not with any other frequency, they call employee engagement survey. In some places it's called as pulse survey and with various different names. But yes, it's an employee engagement survey, right? How my employees are engaged, how much employees are actually happy in the organization, and they actually do recommend the the organization that they're working with, right?
Hmm.
So look at look at the human aspects. Simple. You have things like employee engagement survey. You can do it. There are various tools which help you to do that. Free tools available. You can do NPS, Net Promoter Score. How customers are happy, and what do they recommend? Okay, do they recommend your team? Do they recommend your organization with the experience that they have had in the past, right? Based on the releases that you have done, based on the features that you have delivered, right? So you don't need to do every sprint. Maybe do it at release level, right? So based on
Right.
the releases that you have done, how how happy the customers are, customer satisfaction index, right? And internally, you do as an employee engagement survey or employee satisfaction, right? Uh, and to supplement on that, you need some number-oriented metrics, right? I'm not coming to velocity. Velocity is okay to give you some indication on how you can plan better and what is the rate at which you are delivering in the past, and it is smooth for you to plan better, right?
Right.
But if at all you want to look at the future outlook, what is what is that I'm delivering is going to help my customer or help my organization. There are many things like flow metrics, cycle time is there, throughput is there, you have work item age, the one which you said.
Right.
If the age of work items are more, that means something is wrong. My system is not stable. My core development process has to improve. Testing process has to be improved. Right? So simple thing. Start with employee satisfaction, customer satisfaction. Very much easy for you to do. Do every now and then through survey to get the feedback of people, customers. You have various tools. Just browse some tools, you get it. You have Mentimeter, you have Slido, um, uh, you have something. Even Miro has certain
Miro has
capability.
certain, yes.
Miro has certain capability, right? Bring all that. So make it appealing, visually appealing. You can connect with people through visualization, and yeah, bring those insights.
Great. Yeah. So simple tools are also available. So you can check many tools are available online. And
Yep.
now, this is where leaders also need to come into the picture. So
Yeah.
how leaders can use this data and make give a good qualitative feedback as well as make some decisions.
Yeah. See, one common thing that that I've seen in the organization that I work, the people that I'm even now I'm working with certain leaders, they need some patterns.
Right.
Without patterns, they don't buy your idea.
Hmm.
Even if you have observed something, even if you want to recommend something as a coach or as a scrum master, they want you to touch upon that problem. Tell me
Right.
what problem you are trying to solve. Right? To solve the problem, we need data. It shouldn't be one dimensional data. It should be something that covers multiple dimension, multiple time duration that would help you to cover the range of data, right? That's where data analysis is a key skill for Scrum Masters, coaches when working with leaders. Like, uh, look at look at the team dynamics. Look at the way things are getting delivered, how the environment are supporting and how the environments are not supporting, what processes are helping, what are not helping, right? I'm just putting some vague example because there are many processes which can break,
Right.
which you are doing in your organization may not work in my organization because my organization systems are different, environments are different, people are different,
Right.
right? So yes, you can look from process angle. You can look from the environment angle. Again, tools, people, process, tools. Simple. These three things, when you look at it, there are a lot of things that you can talk about. Wh- The thing that I mentioned about spillovers, that is a data pointer. The the time that you're taking for you to deliver, time to market aspect, that's a data pointer. Flow metrics, even velocity is a data pointer. Right. So, but if you just talk about one dimensional data, velocity, if you go and talk to your leader about velocity, he will think that, okay, yeah, you know only about velocity. That's the only thing that we can improve. Right.
Hmm.
So we are here to uh, satisfy our customer, deliver something to the customers to get the money, obviously,
Right.
right?
Right.
And get their appreciation to to take our business forward, right? And we are here as enablers for our business, our leaders to deliver those capabilities, right? And this way, you need to talk about problem, but talk about problem with all these data pointers. Look from people aspects. What are the processes that are helping, not helping? What is my tool is saying? What we are capturing on the tool, all right? Bring back sprint planning inputs, sprint review inputs, retrospection inputs, and all the peer conversation that you have with the leaders, whether it is director or your peer, or even with other coaches or scrum master that you talk to, right? What are they doing differently, which you are not doing in your area, right? Try to have all those data pointers collected and bring back to the table when you're discussing with your leaders. Don't talk about velocity alone. Don't talk about age alone, right? If if you're not able to bridge that, okay, yes, I'm not able to deliver because I'm stuck in the environment for more than 2 days because my environment is not stable. Yes, it's a data point. But whether it is only during certain part of the month, certain part of the week,
Hmm.
certain part of the day, if you don't bring that angle, they will be in a different notion. So
Absolutely. Hmm.
guide them, but with a data pointer which is not which is not one dimensional, right? Bring back those dimensional input to help your leaders, help your people, help your teams. Yeah.
Great. Now, I would like to also understand, what these data points or data analytics will impact both
Mm,
positively and negatively on agile
yeah.
transformations.
Yes. So see, everything has pros and cons, right? So that's
Right.
where I was talking about one-dimensional data, right? So whatever we think based on our expectation may lead us into some direction that is totally unwanted.
Right.
Very much possible. We've seen it, right? So if you say you're a new Scrum Master or a new employee was joined the organization, and you understood, okay, there is some process that you are following, and without talking to other people, other team members, you're continuously doing, and then ending up finding, okay, no, we have a better way to handle these kind of things. But no one told me that. No one told me that, okay, you are doing wrong, right? Now, you as a Scrum Master, now you're looking at these kind of data pointers. This is completely a outlier because it's a issue that is faced by an individual. It might be a skill issue. It might be the assumption that the individual has made. So simple thing to make it simple. There are one-dimensional data which you look at from your own perspective without discussing with others, without discussing with a specific time period. It can lead you to a lot many issues. Right? So if you go and present these kind of data, yeah, it's an individual problem, right? It's not a problem with the team. It's an individual problem, right? So now, to observe the data with all these cadences, like okay, if you look from couple of sprints or maybe couple of releases or couple of months, maybe just one PI. If you look at one PI, one quarter, right? You have around 6 sprints. That is good enough. Good
Yes.
enough to make observations. Good enough to make understanding. Okay, okay, yeah. What was my plan? What is that we are delivering? And during this process, what kind of challenges that we faced? 6 months, sorry, 6 sprints, one PI is good enough. Just to give an example. In with some teams, it might be good enough to see 2 to 3 sprints. Fine. Maybe a couple of releases, good enough. But you can't go with one dimensional saying, okay, yeah, this is only applicable to my team. Okay. When you have data pointer, talk to your peers, talk to your leaders first. This is the assumption or made with one specific team, right?
Mhm.
It may not be applicable to other teams. Okay. So again, ask for time so that okay, you can connect the dots. If the same problem is experienced in other domain, other portfolios, right? You may be able to exchange better. So don't sit down to your own region, your own area, right? Talk to others, share the information that you have got. Try to gather similar input from peers, right? That would help. So even in the AI world, we say use the AI but responsible, right? Whatever you
Responsible. Yes.
whatever you feed in, you will generate. You may be getting junk. Who knows? Unless you probe, unless you prompt in a right way, right?
Right.
So data is data is that. If you want to do it honestly, do it do it with lot of time and don't hide your perceptions. And if you're making any perceptions, please validate with others.
Right.
And we are working in a community, by the way, so we have to work with people. So
Right. 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 Right.
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, so definitely it's going to help and as well as the impact the way you do the analysis, data analysis. If you do it in a such a way that is going to you're going to work with people, you're going to help customers who are working in align with the leadership vision, then your transformation will go in the right direction.
yeah,
But you go with some sort of blind spots and all this, so the transformation may go incorrect way. So it was a great discussion, Jairam. Really enjoyed our discussion today. And I would like to say thank you from Agile Exploration Hub for being such a wonderful speaker today. And see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thanks,
Sure.
Krish.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.